have an expiration date. You have to keep working on it. You can't grow and continue to live the life of a trash person. It's just not going to work. I don't know where I would be without God. I'm being honest. Like, yeah, I curse a lot, but I don't know where I would be without God. I truly get it. I mean, I empathize with you. I just feel like I wouldn't have done it that way.
What's up, y'all? We are back again. I know y'all missed me. Y'all been telling me that it's been too long in between the podcasts, but it is what it is. Every first and third Monday of the month, we are delivering a brand new episode that's going to hold you over. Just go back and watch the first episode, the second episode. Just keep re-watching them until we drop them. But every time we drop them, it's going to be fire, okay? Period. All right? So listen, before we get into who I have with me today, y'all already know how I feel about God, so let's go ahead and pray. Father God, in the name of Jesus, I thank you so much on today, God. I thank you so much for allowing us to plant our feet on solid ground. God, I thank you so much for hearing my surrender. God, I thank you so much for allowing me to handpick the guests to deliver a message. God, I thank you so much for allowing them to heal during our interview and for me to heal during the interview. God, I thank you so much for allowing this to touch people all over the world, God. I thank you so much for your mercy, your grace. I thank you for your promises, for keeping us. God, I thank you so much for allowing us to use the words that you want us to use, God. And I thank you so much for giving us the healing that we will receive today. In your mighty name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Without further ado, okay, listen. Brooke is in the building, y'all.
Hey,
She's
friends.
Here.
Hey.
She is here. I am so happy that you are here.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We always said that we needed to spend time together. And
Absolutely.
This is our first time like really spending just you and I.
Quality time.
Yeah,
yes,
just you
absolutely.
and I. And I'm excited to do it.
Super.
To do it here. You look really, really good.
Thank you.
Y'all, I always tell my guests, because seriously, I think I'm going to have to address this every time. I guess because I keep picking baddies. But
that part.
Exactly. I keep telling them in the email and when I text them, the ones that I know personally, I say, come cute, but real comfortable. And every time I turn around, they coming up in here like Lil' Kim. They get they got glasses on, faces beat, cat suits, body suits, fur coat. I guess that's just the type of people that I know.
I mean, why not do it?
I know.
Why not do it?
Why
not do it?
Look, I pulled up because I was running a little late, and Brooke in the car, I looked at her face. I said, this lady face is beat to the ground. I told them to come cute.
Baby, listen, we got to stay cute.
How you feeling today?
Today I feel so good.
You do.
I am so excited to be here.
Yes.
I love you so much.
I love you too.
This is what we needed.
Yes.
This is what you needed.
Yes.
And I'm proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Keep
Thank
going.
you so much. I knew I had to have you on. First of all, how are we connected, Brooke?
So, first of all, Dave is my cousin.
Yes.
And you and Dave go back way, way back. But it's funny because the way our personalities are, Dave always say, man, you remind me of Sherelle.
For real.
And other people have said that too. Like, y'all got the same personality, almost like we're related.
Yeah.
And I'm like, baby, with the body that we got, baby, we might be related.
Cousins.
Okay.
Exactly.
Cousin Pete.
Exactly. No, for real.
Yes. So
you never know though, because if we don't look deep into our lineage, you really never know. But there are people that I feel really connected to. Like, wait, we could have grew up together.
Yeah.
Like we may have the same.
I'm talking about the connection instantly. Like even from our first encounter, it was like we knew each other for years, and I was like,
we was dancing. I think we even cried and everything.
We did everything. Fucking emotional.
Just cry for no Brooke, every time I see you post about you were crying last night or you crying, I always holler because I'm like, damn, I was crying last night too. But it feels so good to cry.
To release. We have to do it.
I was just I think I was talking to my daughter about this. My daughter and Black, we were at the dinner table and we were talking about how it feels so good to emote and like let those feelings out. I don't understand people that don't cry.
So the thing is, I try so hard not to cry.
You do?
Reason why, I ain't no cute cry, baby. This giving slave shit. Baby, I'm the first fucking slave. I don't like it. Stole me out. Girl.
I don't care.
And don't hug me because you know I'm going to cry even harder. Yes. Hire me, Tyler, because goddamn it. Oscar.
Let's go back to, I want to talk about Dave for a second because I know that Dave is going to see this, but I tell Dave as much as I can how much I really, really love him. And Dave and I, what's so funny is Dave and I have never hung out, just him and I. So the love that we feel is directly through spirit and energy.
Absolutely.
We've been around each other a plethora of times, right? But as far as us cultivating an individual relationship in person, we've never fully did that. But we always check in on one another.
Yeah, that's important.
And everybody that I know through Dave, I love so much. I love Crystal. Crystal, his sister, I don't know what I would have done without her when I was pregnant with Royal. Yeah. She was there for me every single day. It was just like I always tell her, you saved my life while I was pregnant.
She's such a genuine
soul. Is everything.
Yes.
And so shout out to Dave and Crystal for just being beautiful people. And I love y'all so much. Okay, so Brooke, what do you do? What is it that you don't do? I have never seen, you will post something like the other day you just posted. Somebody called me to set up a romantic date. I'm like, you do this too? You have rose petals, candles. What don't you do, bro?
Listen, I am a multi-preneur.
You really are.
There is nothing that I cannot do. And to be honest with you, if I see it, I learn it instantly, and I love to learn. So my thing is, I'm like a sponge. I take all of it in. But when it comes to what I do, one, I'm a mom. Of two, I have a daughter with special needs. Her name is Amari.
Shout out to Amari.
Yes, my little stinker butt. She be 18 this year.
Unbelievable.
Okay. Yes. So I have a daughter named Amari, and I have a 8-year-old named Blake, who's so busy. I don't know who the hell told me to have another baby, because he is my no limit soldier.
You always say that about him.
Listen, shout out for all the moms, okay? Because this is a hard job. Okay?
It is.
So outside of me being a mom, I go state to state talking about adversity. I'm pretty much trying to teach people how to live after tragedy. My daughter wasn't born with special needs, so she was in a car accident when she was 6 years old. April 29th will be 11 years of her survival, so I'm super grateful and thankful for that. So with me teaching people that, there is life after tragedy. I was 26 when the accident happened. So with me being so young, I really didn't understand how to cope with everything. I would just cry. I was just like a zombie. And this is way before I had Blake. But Blake saved my life. And at the time, people were like, you really gonna have another baby? And I was like, honestly, this is God's work. Because if you just only knew what I was going through being pregnant, and everybody kept saying, this baby is not going to survive.
How dare
this baby wasn't going to survive. I mean, I pretty much bled my entire pregnancy. So with that being said, I was fighting for him. And when God showed me who he was, I had this amazing baby. Although he's my no limit soldier, he was what I needed. So being a mom has been one of the best jobs I've ever had, okay? And ever will have. I also have a juice bar.
Speaking of juice bar, let me go ahead and take this shot.
Yes, Fortitude juice, guys.
I mean, this. I remember you giving me one of these. Let me just go ahead and pause for the calls.
Let's pause for the calls. Yes, Fortitude.
Oh, cheers. Mine is
gone.
God
damn,
I know, it was good.
Nice and spicy.
I love these. I need some more of these. Y'all make sure y'all check out fortitudejuice.com because that's cranking. I need that every morning. Yeah, I take a shot every morning, but I would prefer it to be Fortitude. Yeah.
And honestly, I got into juicing. I got into juicing by Reboot, and I was actually watching a show called Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead, and it's on Netflix. And as I watched this show, I was just so into this man going through all of these days of sickness. He's a truck driver. He had to separate himself from his family, and just to tap into health and wellness. He started juicing, lost all his weight, and I was like, I'm gonna just try it. By default, I was working out with the seniors, and I thought the senior class would be easy for me. These fucking seniors, they
go
wore
hard.
me out.
They
was
hard.
like, "Come on, youngster." I was sitting there like, "Well, one, I thought it was gonna be a smooth. No, ain't nothing smooth
They wore
about
your
them. They
ass
wore
out.
my ass out. I would sleep like a baby every time I left class." And they would ask me, what is in this mason jar? I would have beets. They loved beets. I didn't even like it. But they would, let me put something in your pocket. Let me get you a little pocket change. And they actually birthed Fortitude Juice.
Wow.
They was like, this juice is good. It's nice. You need to keep going. So I got into it by default. And shout out to the seniors at the class.
Brooke, I just felt that in my spirit. I don't know if it was the juice, because I just felt, I know I feel the fire in my chest because of the juice, but you have an anointing on your life that is so powerful. And I literally just felt it. Like, I just felt it when you were talking, right? Because seniors, they are filled with knowledge, but they also see something in us that we don't see.
Absolutely.
Yes, a lot of times we got to unlearn some of the shit that they tell us, because the way that they lived is not the way that we live.
Or want to live.
Exactly. But some of the things that they have, the knowledge that they have, is so fitting for a season that we may be in.
Come on.
And if I see how you sling these juices,
Girl.
Brooke. You sell out as soon as you put up a post.
Like it's 88,
it's
baby.
Done. It's done, Brooke. You sell out literally in hours. And just imagine if you wouldn't have met the seniors and you wouldn't have watched that Netflix.
Absolutely.
That wasn't by default. That was already written in a story.
It was in a
Like,
plan.
God does not play about you at all. I want to go back to when you were 26. Dealing with any type of tragedy is extremely hard.
Yeah.
But dealing with tragedy with your offsprings is a whole nother type of thing. Your life could have went a whole other way.
Absolutely.
A whole other way. How did you pull yourself up and say, I am going to make this tragedy my testimony and my story forever?
Honestly,
Because this is your story forever.
Honestly, I didn't even know I was doing it. The whole time I did not know. Authentically, I just continued to let God do his work. And I remember, so not only was it my daughter in an accident, it was my mom. So I have two of my best friends in an accident where my daughter died on the scene. And when they medevaced her to Children's Hospital, my mom went to Washington Hospital Center. And as they was coming to pronounce her time of death to me, they got a page and they turned around and they ran back, okay? And I'm screaming, I'm her mother, I'm her mother. And they're saying to me, we gotta go. And when they came back into the room, I mean, they called Amari a Soul Train baby. It was so many people. They said they had to open a book for her by herself because so many visitors. Then they had to put her on an acute case because there was reporters. There was so many people trying to reach out like all over the world, which I am still grateful for because I needed those prayers because at that moment, I didn't know how to pray. So, as they told me, they said the second examiner checked her pupils and it dilated. So they gave her an emergency surgery, which they removed her bone flap where her brain swelled out and she gasped for air.
Jesus.
So no matter, some people say, Brooke, I don't know how you would have done it. I wouldn't have been able to keep my daughter around. I was like, it's nothing. What did y'all want me to do? Put a pillow over her face? I didn't do this. God did. Her eyes was closed. They said, oh, it's going to be 20 minutes after this. Oh, it's going to be 8 days. And every day they wanted to do something different, like deset her or take the trach out so she can breathe on a ventilator herself. Mari would show them who God was every single time.
My God.
They doubted her. And they was like, oh, she'll never open her eyes. She'll never do this. She'll never do that. And I remember one day she had a bandana on her head. because she had to do brain surgery. So she had a bandana on her head, and she was super beautiful. No scars, no bruises, nothing. And one eye was open, just one. Freaked me the hell out. I said, her eyes are open. Her eyes are open. They was like, oh my God, it's open. But after those, I feel like me just allowing people to come in and they couldn't come in my space. They couldn't come around her without being energetic.
Yeah.
If you crying, if I can't cry for my child, you can't cry for her. So I created that thing, which made me stronger. Because the more I seen people crying, I understand we had to cry. I cried too. But I didn't want her to feel that.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what she was going through. She I'm
couldn't
sure she
tell
was
you.
scared,
Yeah.
trying to, you're talking about
Fighting.
a vibrant 6-year-old.
Yeah.
You talking about super
I saw
smart.
videos of
Oh
her
my
dancing,
God.
like
Yeah.
going off. Girl,
Baby,
don't play with her.
Her and Beyonce,
She
she'll
was
battle
not
you back.
playing with Beyonce.
Mari and Beyonce and Nicki Minaj moment for life. Oh, she's gonna rap. That's her thing, right?
Yeah.
So her energy just didn't seem sad, and I didn't want that around her. And I told everybody, if you come in this room, you cannot cry. You can wait till you leave. You can do everything you need to do, pray or whatever, but do not cry. And I think that really helped so much.
Yeah.
And me just being able to encourage people, because at one point I couldn't go to the second floor. That's where I got the worst news in my life, in the hospital. We lived there for a whole year. And I saw patients come and go, but I seen parents just there just by themselves. And I started this thing where I used to just go to the second floor and hugging people, because I needed hugs. And I think it's really in me. My mom is super sweet. I'm one of 9. So we had to, although we fought, but baby, we were brought up on love.
Yeah, same.
So it's easy for me to drop the elevator silence, let people know, you look beautiful today, girl, I see you. Because we grow up with a lot of insecurities.
Yes.
And not having a dad or having one, because I did have my father, but not having a father figure to tell you are beautiful, sometimes we have to create that for ourselves.
Absolutely.
And that's what I do a lot. I'm always going to push, you look good, even though damn well I'm over here looking like Ezel. But baby, you got to.
Yeah.
So
you are, you do affirm a lot. And we have so many similarities because I feel the same way. Like, sometimes people need that. Like, you don't know. I just saw a lady yesterday in Staples, and she came up to me. She said, I remember you. Black and I were in Staples, and she said, I remember you 2 years ago when I was at Tanger Outlet.
Wow.
You walked up to me and grabbed my hands, and she was like, and I couldn't believe it because this was during COVID. You grabbed my hands, and you told me, you was like, you're battling depression, but God, and I don't remember ever seeing this lady in my life. Wow. Ever. And she walked, and she was in tears like, thank you for that. She said, I'm out of depression now.
Yeah.
I'm out of it. She said, I needed that. You don't know how much I needed that. She said, I was never seen or heard by anybody that I loved. That's the thing.
God's work. It's God's work, and sometimes we don't know it. I remember when the doctors came in and told me about Amari's condition, I was crying so bad. I was looking for my dad or my uncle to be right there to say something, right? Because I heard this voice that said, didn't I say I got you? Like I got shook. So I'm looking around like, who the hell touched me? Everybody was so far away. And at that moment, I knew it was God. I knew he said, I got you. And it may not look like what I wanted.
Yeah.
But he got me, and I view that for everything that I ever do. Everything. So I try not to have fear in nothing. That's why I push fortitude so much. You got to keep going no matter what. Any obstacles that come my way, I'm pushing through. Because my 24 hours don't look like your 24 hours.
Exactly. And
when people hear about what I do in a whole 24 hours, they're speechless.
Unbelievable. It's
They're
almost
speechless.
unbelievable.
Like,
Yeah.
how did you do this?
Yeah.
But we pivot. First of all, I'm a mother. I'm going to get it done.
We learn that. We got to know how to pivot. You wake up like, okay, I'm ready. What's the pivot? Like, you don't open. You're not like, all right, God, give me pivot. But we are so used to it that it's like, I'm just gonna have to move on it.
I'm like, game time.
Yeah,
Every
that's
time,
it.
It's game time.
It's let's go.
Baby, we in the locker room.
That's
pumping
what
up.
we doing.
Game
we
time.
got the black shit up there. I was like, what
All
we
that.
doing? How we doing this? How we
what-
showing up? And that's it.
Listen.
It's no, like that's, I think that's also why we also feel everything. Every emotion we feel. We feel sadness. We feel joy. And I think people mistake our crying for always being sad.
Yeah.
But we cry when we feel joy. We cry when we happy.
Baby.
We cry because I know a lot of my tears, maybe 78% of my tears is gratitude.
Yeah. Say that.
If somebody shows up for me,
Ooh.
girl, I'm about to cry right now.
It's
I
the
feel
showing up.
That's
Because
showing
people
up.
don't understand that showing up is so important.
So important.
And sometimes people say, don't get upset about the people that didn't show up. Just only worry about who's actually here. And, I hate to say this, but sometimes I do want to see all of my siblings in one place.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do want to see all the people I consider my best friends in these
Yes, that's a real
moments.
thing.
And but I do also understand that everybody is busy in their own life.
Yes.
And I know I do a lot of shit. So it's
Yeah.
like, Brooke, come on, how many parties you got going on? Like, how many things you need me to be at?
Yeah.
But there's certain things that I say, it doesn't cost you to post your picture with your seatbelt saving lives for Amari.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost you to get out here and wear your green for the day that we celebrate traumatic brain injury. And that, for me, support runs different ways. If you can't physically be here, send a memo out to somebody.
Yeah. Showing up is so many different ways.
Yeah.
And I want to go back to you saying you want these things. And society has gotten so fucked up lately, right? That having a feeling is almost like you need to be canceled because how dare you feel this way?
Yeah.
But when you have, let's just say expectations. I hate having expectations, but we're human.
We supposed to.
We love and we care and we know what we do for people. And I know that I can't expect people to show up for me like the way I show up for them.
Nope.
However, when things are very important to me, when things are very near and dear to my heart, and I express that, and I say, look, 3 weeks from now, 3 months from now, this is what's happening. Could you please put this on your calendar?
Put it on your fucking
And
calendar.
add 17 notification alarms, bitch, because if you are not there, it's over. Like, don't you forget it? It's over because this is important to me.
And then please don't let somebody say, I was wondering where so-and-so was. I ain't see him. Don't add fuel to the fire. Don't you fucking do it because I'm already mad.
6 seconds off her ass. 6, and that is a real thing, and it's okay. And then from there, it's a conversation warranted, right?
Yes.
We need to have a conversation. Like, I'm hurt. I'm hurt behind this. You didn't show up for me, right? And I don't even need to know why you ain't show up for me because if it's not something that I deemed as okay,
important.
exactly, then I'm gonna really be upset. But we definitely need to have a conversation about this.
And then don't please, day of event, don't hit me. Sis, I'm not going to be able to make it. Stall me out
You
with
knew
that.
this yesterday. You knew this yesterday. Yeah, I know stuff come up, but you knew about this shit for 3 months. Now, all of a sudden...
Baby, I always look at, and I hate to do this, but I look at the 30,000 things that I do in a day.
Bruh.
And then I wonder, like, you know what? But at this moment for me, I'm scaling back how I show up for
Exactly.
people. And it's not a tit for tat thing. It's almost an understanding that this is where you place me. This is where I have to place you.
There are different boxes. You have different boxes and different levels for people, right? And also, here's the thing. Because you keep showing up, your expectation is they should show up for me.
You don't see me showing up?
Exactly. So when you change your pattern of behavior, then you know that I don't even expect this from this person. Because now I've decided I can't show up for this. And here's the thing. We will cancel stuff, bend over backwards, stump our toe, the toenail is hanging off, bleeding, wrap that bitch up, and we'll still make it.
We're making it.
Limping.
Real bad.
Right, limping, when we could have just been like, this shit hurt. I need to stay home, elevate my foot, not go. But because of our love and our loyalty, we'll still show up.
Absolutely.
And so it's like you said, it's not tit for tat. It's really just like, I have to show people how
I want
to be treated. And it's no shade or anything, because I'm gonna tell you up front, look, I'm not gonna be able to show up for you the way I was showing up for you. It's a different season in my life. I'm not going to bend over backwards break my neck, because my expectations will be for you to break your neck for me. And
but
you're not
even
gonna do that.
showing them how you feel and what you need by showing up for, they don't see it because a lot of times they never really received it.
Yeah.
So they don't even know what a healthy relationship looks like. They may, especially for women, women relationships, it could be
real rocky.
It could be really rocky because back in the day, they had a real good girlfriend that was a sister, and they like, we ain't, we cool, but we ain't that cool. So now they kind of scared to even bring in new relationships, and when they see somebody just being genuine, it seems fake. Like, what she want? Why she so nice?
Why is she praying for me?
This bitch bringing me flowers. My husband don't even bring me flowers. Because I date my friends just like I would date a guy. Like, maybe no one knows.
And I think that's the thing, because I was just, it's so funny. I was just talking to my best friend, and I was telling her, I was like, it's okay for us to say, like, I said, I'm supposed to be in your life and you're supposed to be in my life. Like, that's just it.
Right.
You need me and I need you. And it's okay to say that. People have a hard time with saying how people are, where they're supposed to be in their life and how much they mean to them and the value. I am not afraid to show people how much they mean to me.
I told my best friend yesterday, I was talking to a friend, and I said, I really value our relationship.
Yeah.
I said, I'm telling them this right now. And she was like, we 27 years in a game.
Yeah.
And girl,
yeah,
I value our relationship because she's one that's going to challenge me. If I say, I like this, she gonna say why.
Yeah.
If I want to do something, okay, write it down. Do this. Like, we set goals. She helped me with learning boundaries because for a very long time, I didn't know how to say no to no one. And it would cause so much friction in my life where I'm so overwhelmed where after I do events, I might have 4 or 5 events in a day. I'm checking in the hospital because now I'm mentally exhausted. I'm drained, but really I just needed rest. And they don't even know what's going on with me. I'm catching migraines. I'm doing because I'm showing up for everybody. My cup is no longer full. I'm filling everybody's cup, and I'm desert bone fucking dry.
Let me go back to you checking yourself into the hospital. You're not the first person I heard say that. That is a level of exhaustion. Mental exhaustion, physical, emotional exhaustion that is unbelievable. Like, I have to check myself into the hospital to get rest.
Baby, I will go to a hotel 4 times out of the month. One of my sisters said, you can't keep doing that. I'm talking about, I'm spending money like I'm selling drugs, okay? I ain't got this. Before that moment of peace and clarity, I have to do it. You know, Mari has 24-hour nurses, so I have anxiety for machines beeping and things going on, and somebody always asking me, where is this and where is that? And I just get to a point like, I just want to be quiet for a minute. Like, I just need a break. But then I also pray to be busy so that, not necessarily to, like, I stay busy to not tap into. I told you I don't like to cry, girl, because the slave ship is always near, okay? But I stay busy so that I don't have to really absorb what I'm going through. My everyday life, I try to run away from my problems.
I was just about to talk about that. How do you handle yourself when you feel like you've failed?
Oh, man.
Like, how do you handle yourself, like Brooke? Nobody else, not the kids, not anything else, not the businesses. How do you handle yourself when you feel like you failed at something? You just told me you run, but
yeah,
I want to know.
So I definitely beat myself up a lot.
What does that look like?
So even when it's good, I'm a perfectionist. I love to be perfect, and I know in a perfect world we're not perfect. But at the same time, it's like if I feel a sense of laziness or procrastination, and I know that that's undertone of depression, right? I would say to myself, today I'm going to clean this closet. I'm going to give my house some attention, or I want to spend some time with Blake, or I'm going to spend some time with Amari. If I don't do those things and I feel like a complete failure, like it's over for me, I'll go in my room, which is completely dark. I have no window. I have a window down there, but it's blackouts. And I just go dark. And when I say dark, I might not talk. And I'm not nasty to people, but when I need to just cry, it can get really ugly. And I love to release, but it's hard to release when I feel like I'm juggling so much, trying to be there for so many people, including my businesses, because I want my businesses to be successful. I know they all will be successful, and it's proven because I've been in business for so many years, and it's still growing. And just for me, how I handle myself, I really don't.
Welcome to Content Incubator HQ, a creative's paradise. Content Incubator HQ is a content creation studio located in Lanham, Maryland. Are you ready to elevate your content through storytelling? Learn more about our studio amenities and membership packages at contentincubatorhq.com. Follow us on all social platforms. We can't wait to host you soon. And remember, you are the content.
So you don't handle yourself when you fail?
I don't really handle myself well. Like, if I cry, I cry. But then I push myself, say, all right, you can't stay there. I'm back in the gym and I'm pushing myself to move forward. So I don't really get a chance to really sink it all in.
So I have a very uncomfortable question for you.
Okay.
Are you in a relationship? That's not the uncomfortable question.
No, so I date.
Okay,
I'm not
you
in
date.
a relationship. No.
Okay. So when God sends the person for you, how do you expect for him or whoever you chase? I feel like you date men. But yes. How do you expect him to handle you when you failed? How do you expect for him to do that when you don't know how to handle yourself?
Oh, yes.
So I'm not talking about romantic stuff. I'm not talking about the physical stuff. How do you expect for him to handle you emotionally, spiritually, and mentally if you don't know how to do it for yourself?
Those are the things that I've been working on.
Okay.
My ex-fiance actually is the one who taught me how to love.
Okay.
I didn't have that lovey-dovey, hold my hand, put your arms around me, open a door. I didn't care for it. I just was like, just hurry up. I didn't like flowers at one point. So I've created these things because it's not that I didn't see it. It just wasn't my life, you know. My mom was single for a while. So now I love flowers. I love to be showered with flowers. And even if a significant other don't do it for me, I do it for myself. So I'm training myself on the soft life for just knowing that being so masculine, like, you gotta understand, I've been doing a lot of this stuff on my own, so the alpha female in me has taken over because I've been a boss, and what I mean by that is I have my businesses, I take care of my kids. I was single mother for Amari, but Blake's dad is hell of amazing.
Active. I see that.
Very active. Shout out to him. Yes, granddaddy, daddy.
Granddaddy,
daddy. Y'all know he old, okay? But so what I'm doing now is, if someone is in my life, trying to teach them how to love up on me and things like that, I do kind of show it because I'm a giver. I know how to be submissive. I know how to be domestic. I know how to do all those things. And I know how to be soft, but for real, I feel that when I'm with them. The more you make me feel like submitting, it's easy for me to I'm a different person. So how they know, like if I'm going through it.
So like when on the days where you feel like I got to go down into my room in the dark,
I do tell
how
them.
do they show up for you? How are they supposed to show up for you in that space? Not with
Still
so
support
flowers
me.
would help. Would that
Flowers
help?
can, but still supporting me is by allowing me to have that time.
Okay.
Not feeling like that it's about them.
Yeah.
Understanding that this is a moment, and prayer is big for me.
That's good.
So if you can pray for me or just send me like, hey, I know you're going through it right now, babe. I just want to let you know I'm here for you. However you need it, let me know. Like, I still want to feel your presence.
Yeah.
But give me a second to get it together, because 9 times out of 10, look, nobody can cover me. I'm the only one who could cover me. So I don't have long to sit down. So I'm going to sit down for maybe 24 hours, maybe, and I'm back at it. Back Brooke the Beast. Like,
Yeah.
it is what it is. But how they show up is when they see me in silence and they still hear me. I'm silent and they still hear me. But that's a form of learning me. You
Yeah.
got to be around me enough to really know how to really treat me. And as busy as I am, it's kind of hard to
Yeah.
do that.
The running thing, how long do you think you continue to do that without a burnout?
I can't. I'm at a place now where I'm like, I'm not running. Like, I can't run, and I'm being more intentional of what I do, what I say, my relationships with people, and if it's even worth me dealing with. I still hold on because I still have those. My mindset is not fully gone from doing some things that we might not need to,
Yeah.
but at the same time, being intentional is me paying attention to you and saying, do this person actually relate to me? Are we compatible? If I do trip out, can they handle my trip outs? Because a lot of times they don't see my trip outs. They might see it through business. Like, I
Yeah.
might talk about, oh my
Eyes
God, this
blowing you.
didn't
Yeah,
work.
uh-huh.
And they like, bam. But it doesn't always trickle to them.
Yeah.
So being able to have somebody to understand that it's not completely about them.
Yeah. Because some men do look at, will have, because our energy is so big and so powerful, when we do have those downtimes,
Right.
they immediately take that on. And it's like, you can't help me by taking
Yeah.
this on, because this thing I got,
Yeah.
like, I know you a black man in America. I'm a black woman in America, and I'm holding everything on my shoulders, and now I'm depleted.
Yeah.
And so if you take this on and you already got your shit that you got going on, we got nothing
We can't replenish each other.
at all.
So let me recharge.
At all, exactly.
And I always tell, like, hey, don't give me a minute. Or if I don't talk, sometimes I will shut down without saying too much or nothing. But then I'll go back into my mind and say, how would you feel if somebody shut down without telling you, like, hey, this is where I'm at? But I also deserve to be able to do that without any judgment.
You said you go back into your mind. Do you create narratives? Like create stories and things and issues that may not be there?
So I do, but I'm a person who do the benefit of the doubt. Like,
Okay.
I give all scenarios, because before I even come to you with something, trust me, I already thought about you caught a flat tire, maybe your phone was dead, maybe you had to go grab your kids. So before I really say what I need to say, I probably already know the answer, but I want you to tell me. I want you to let me know what's going on, because that's why communication is imperative. If we don't talk, if I don't know, I don't want to assume. Don't let me assume, because if I assume, my assumption is fucked up.
It's a mess.
It's messed up.
It's gonna be some
It's gonna
shit.
be way worse than what you even saying.
Exactly. It's gonna be so much shit going on in that
Listen,
story.
You might as well just say, hey, babe, they asked me, can I stay over? I stayed late and I ain't had my charger. Like, whew.
Yeah.
Call your boss. Let me know if that really was true, goddamn. Because trust issues over here, baby. It's
Okay,
bad.
so trust issues, where did those come from?
people really not showing up for me. I think trust issues, like people saying they're going to do something and they don't. That's why one of the things I rarely ask. I don't ask people to help me. So even when I put out something for help, like I remember when Mari's injury first happened, right? I did a GoFundMe. Her first 20 minutes was over $100,000.
Wow.
I was working at Arnold and Porter. I was an armed security officer there, and I had insurance with them, and they couldn't cover nothing. So what they said was, when I went to social services, is that I needed to say I'm not working. So I had to resign from my job, not knowing what was going on with my child. And I did a GoFundMe, and I think the GoFundMe was like 100K. And here's the thing, regardless of what it is, you aim high, you do what you need, because this is a lifetime, right? And before I had a tragedy, I had a closet. Before I had a tragedy, I had a life. I traveled. My mom taught us how to do that. Always. She taught us to live, right? So people were saying under the post, like, are we fronting her bills to go out the country?
Oh, because based on what you were doing before.
And based on what I still did. So when Amari's injury happened, you know how Dave do his trips all the time for his birthday? Her incident happened April. So June, we go out of town. I couldn't go that year. So I didn't get my money back. But what my friends and family did, they put together the amount of money for me to go to Thailand. So they sent me to Thailand off them collecting money.
Yeah.
And people were like, oh, so this is what the money is for you to go here. And it frustrated me so bad.
Yeah.
And I felt like I snatched it down. I snatched the GoFundMe down because I was worried about what people was thinking. And in reality, that's not what happened.
Yeah.
So when it comes down to trust, it's like the people who were saying it were people who was bloodline.
Lord.
The people who was saying it was people who were friends. I thought was friends. So if I can get them to publicly insult me
And try to humiliate you.
bitch, it's over for
Yeah.
trust.
Yeah.
But
It's
don't forget,
hard.
It's hard. And then the people who you know, we have relationship. I was 26, so of course I had boyfriends. I was dating my father and, you know, doing things of that nature. And when you get heartbroken, like I ain't just first of all, being shapely comes with a lot of unwanted attention.
It absolutely does.
And people always assume certain things and being in a relationship has caused me to like look at people sideways, and I try not to do it. I don't do it now, and I'm more of a I will not ask nobody about you because you will show me who you are, how you used to treat your ex-wife or your old girlfriend. It's not how you going to treat me, because I'm going to show you how I want to be treated. And if you just choose not to put me up or do well by me, that's a loss of yours, because losing me as a friend, it's almost the worst thing you could ever do. Because there's not a person that did not want to spin a block.
Exactly. Spin a block.
And I'm not even talking about male relationship. I'm even talking about the females.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm
your
genuinely
heart is in
good.
It. Your heart is in it. Your heart is in it. A lot of people do not lead. And it's because of trust issues. People don't lead with their heart. People don't even put their heart into relationships, which is why there's so many trash relationships.
Yeah.
I'm talking about with friends. There's so many trash relationships with men and women because people don't know how to put
have
their
a
heart
healthy
in
relationship.
it. Yeah, to have a healthy relationship. And it's push and pull. And sometimes you're going to give 80, that person going to give 20 because you just can't.
Absolutely.
Like those days where you need to go downstairs in a dark room. You need somebody to give you 80 because you only have 20.
I'm
Maybe
depleted.
even, I may not even have 5.
Baby, I ain't got nothing.
Exactly. Exactly. So let me tell you, I asked you, how do you deal with yourself when you fail, right? So the way I deal with myself, because depression, when it gets to me, it has me in like this.
Chokehold.
I'm talking about like this and got my eyes covered.
I'm like Jodie
this.
on Baby Boy.
Yeah, hell yeah, just yes.
Mama.
Exactly. Like for real.
Can't breathe.
Can't breathe. That shit is the worst feeling because you really do feel like you have somebody on you.
Yeah.
And so the way that I deal with myself is I look at all the things you spoke about, doing some of the things that we know that we shouldn't do. So I look at all the things that I know isn't right. I look at all the things that I know I'm doing that isn't good, and I take it away from myself.
Ooh, discipline.
So I hate the word discipline when it comes to me because I've never been consistent with discipline.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I've replaced, I used to say discipline a lot, but I realized that discipline never kept me committed or consistent with anything. It just kept me, okay, yeah, I can get up and work out in the morning for a month and that's it because I was disciplined. But when I'm committed and I'm consistent, then it continues.
Those are the key words.
Those are the words, right? So by me taking away things that matter the most to me but aren't good for me, that's how I deal with the way I failed. I look at the things that did not add value to my life and I take those away. Because if these things are in my life during the time that I'm failing and I know that they're not adding value, then they definitely gotta go. And that's things, people, places I may have visited, shows I may watch, music I may listen to. I do a really deep dive into what are the contributing factors that are in my life right now that was there in that moment when I failed and there in the moment when depression got the fucking audacity to come into my house and jump on my back. Yeah. What was there, right? And so when I look at that shit is hard, Brooke.
Yeah.
Self-work, oh God, I'm getting emotional. Self-work is so hard because people don't realize that. It takes a level of like just being completely uncomfortable to strip yourself of the things that you think make you you. Yeah. And these are not things that we really need. We've been dealing with things. We have been dealing with people. We've been dealing with, like for me, alcohol. And I'm going to talk about this every time. Yeah. Taking alcohol out of my life has changed my life.
Good.
And I didn't realize that it was hindering me so much and that it was adding so much detriment to me. Yeah. My thoughts, my sleep, my relationships, my decision making, all of it. It was just something, and it was a part of my failure in everything.
Absolutely.
And so taking that out was a huge sacrifice nonetheless.
Okay.
Because now people don't want to fuck with you because you don't drink. Oh, we can't invite Sherelle because you know she don't drink. But because inviting me doesn't mean that I'm going to judge you, bitch. Yeah. Because why would I judge you? That's you.
And the thing is, our personalities still is lit without a beverage.
Like shit.
Like I tell people all the time, when I want to fast from drinking, I'm still cool. Yeah. Why you not drinking? Because, bitch, I don't want to today. Yeah. And it's okay.
It's okay. And I've realized I don't push sobriety on people. That's not... The reason I'm doing this is not for me to say, girl, stop drinking. Girl, don't, it's poison. I have these thoughts for myself.
Yeah.
I told those things to myself, right? Because Black asked me the other day, we were at an event, and it was like open bar. And I was like, oh, Lord. Right? I'm fighting. Like,
should I get a little glass of wine?
Can
I smell your breath?
But here's the thing. I told him the reason that I can't do it is because I know I'll wake up the next morning disgusted with myself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Disgusted with myself because I know the promise I made to God.
Yeah.
Just like I made a promise to God to be committed to my marriage. I am fully committed to my marriage.
That's beautiful.
And I said, my marriage has been the longest thing outside of being a mom that I have been fully committed to.
Yeah.
My marriage. And I'm like, bitch, what about yourself? That shit.
You gotta tap into you.
So you fully committed to your marriage
But
and
not-
to your kids.
But not to you.
But what about yourself? Oh my God, bro.
So that's the journey that I'm working on.
Yes.
Because honestly, when I am depressed, can I be a little real with you?
Go
real
ahead,
quick?
I want you to.
What depression looks like for me don't always look like what I'm still happy go lucky.
Yeah.
I yearn for sex really bad. And I have to separate myself from it or wanting it. And sometimes, you know, my friends are like, damn, like, I ain't seen you or what. It cannot consume me. Like, they don't understand. Like, it's more mental for me. Sometimes I was doing it in a way of, I need this stress out of me. I need to release this stress. So now what I've done is pretty much use them, and I've done it for so long where I even felt bad. Like, it's giving Marcus. Like, I'm gone like boomerang. I'm out the door before you see the feet, baby. We done.
You're not going to see these feet. I'm
Baby,
out.
We
I
done.
gotta go.
We done. Call me Marcus, okay?
Marcus was a fucking savage.
Baby. Savage, baby. But the thing was, I had a conversation with one of my male friends, and he said, that is not cute. I said, but here's the thing. It's not like I'm out here just doing it with everybody, but this is my truth. I'm stressed the fuck out. Can you help me? Now, at this big fucking age of being intentional with who even takes up my time, because I know what I'm worth and I know what I bring to the table. I know one day I'm going to be an amazing wife. I know one day me and my husband going to be able to talk about all the things that we've gone through and know how to handle each other.
Yeah.
But there's so many things that I need to unlayer. I have not tapped back into having a therapist because I will go to my therapy sessions as my representative. Like, I'm Brooke, like Beyonce got Sasha, okay? So with that, I come in, I'm all live and excited, and my therapist fall in love with me. And I love that they fell in love with me. So now
But they don't
it's
get
not,
to really see why you there.
so now at this point, I'm like a good girlfriend,
Yeah.
and they like an auntie to me. So if they hear something, because, they have broke me down, and I'll catch them in the background like, no, he didn't. What? See, let me be quiet. So now at that moment, I'm like, is this the best fit for me?
Yeah.
Not that they're not good. Am I just, do I got too much juicy information that we can't tap into what the root is? Because like you asked me, how can you expect your person to support you when you don't know how to support you?
Yeah.
That's a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
What's wrong? Brooke, why can't you figure that out? Because I'm so busy trying to figure it out for everybody else that I don't have time to sit with me. I don't have time.
You don't make time, Brooke. You don't make the time.
Absolutely.
You have like you said, your 24 hours.
Don't look like everybody
Brooke,
else's.
your 24 hours do not look like, you have got to get your shit together for
Yeah.
you, because
Ooh.
you are going to burn yourself out. It's not that you don't have the time. You have the time. You are so busy running from yourself and running. Let me tell you something. Because you are so anointed and you are so touched by God, you have got to tap into how to work on you.
Right.
Because if you continue to work on everybody else, the blessing and the things that God has for you are going to be so far away when it's right there, Brooke. It's literally right here.
Listen.
And you do like, it's right here and you do like this. You go around it.
I say
And
it
God
all
is
the
like, I
time.
knew it. I knew she was going to do it. I knew she was going to do it. You have got to find the time. I'm on your ass now because it is unfair. It is very unfair of you to treat yourself that way when you have so much in you, right? And you give it to everybody else.
Agreed.
You giving this all to everybody else and you not giving yourself shit. Like how do you expect your heart to handle that? Your
Teaching
heart
people
can't
every
handle-
day how to handle life. People ask me, how are you able to do this? Show your daughter, do whatever. And I can give you the blueprint. I tell people all the time, I have the antidote for everything. But when it comes to me, I can't get it.
You don't get an award for that for me. You don't get an award for that for me. That's not something that I'm talking about me, because I know, because
what it looks like.
Exactly.
Right.
You will get an award if you say, girl, I showed up for myself today and I figured some shit out. And this right here, I do this because of this. And so now when I see it coming, I have to stop it.
Yep.
Like, that's the shit that we have to do.
Absolutely.
You are too big in this world. You too mighty. You too powerful. You too strong. You too giving. You too all of these things.
Yeah.
Too creative. You're a creative genius. And you're too much not to give that to yourself.
Absolutely.
Like, we have got to get to the point where we stop giving a fuck so much about everybody else and neglecting ourselves. Like, what type of human like, yes, it's good. It's good. It's great to be that for people. But God gave us this body. We got to take care of it.
Absolutely.
I see you, Brooke. I see you in the morning. You doing your juice. You're very serious about wanting to be healthier and stuff like that. But I want to see you actually do it and be committed and consistent to your fucking self.
I want to see it. I see it all the time for myself. I'm like, I know I'm going to do this. I know, like, anytime I put a goal out there, I execute. But, baby,
when it comes to you,
oh, my God. So it's like the next step.
Does it scare you?
So, honestly, I know I'm successful. I believe I'm going to be really, really successful one day. Success scares me. It scares me because I always look at, and this is about mindset. You got to change your mindset. That's why reading is imperative. And it wasn't until the pandemic when I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and the 4 Agreements. And then I started changing how my thought process was. So I said to myself, before my birthday, I want to purchase a commercial machine. The machine was about $15,000. And I'm talking about, I'm grinding. I'm grinding like hell with my other businesses. Because I'm saying, I need to make this money. I ain't thinking about no grant. I ain't thinking about no loan. I ain't asking nobody. I got trust issues, okay? I get the money 4 months ahead of time. I get the machine. I'm pumped up, y'all. I'm psyched. I have not cracked this machine open yet. And this is the business that I do every day. But right now, to this day, I am setting myself up. I'm literally putting the plays together, and I'm no longer scared. I'm jumping.
Good.
I am jumping. I've already done the paperwork. I've already done everything. So soon to be what it's supposed to be, because the vision keeps coming to me that I'm supposed to do something different. This is what I'm supposed to do. And it just keep coming in. More people, I'm talking about strangers, are sending me information that I'm like, what made you send me this email about getting certified?
Because God don't play about you. This is what I'm saying. All right, we about to wrap, and I hate that we about to wrap right here because it's so good. When people say, who are you? Who are you? Outside of your businesses, being a mom, and all of that. Who are you to your core?
Man.
Not what you can do for people,
No.
but who are you?
I am such a genuine soul. I'm super positive. I'm goofy as hell. Like, baby, I need a Martin to be around me all day. I am so goofy, and I think that comes from me just being, one of 9 and never been able to be youthful. I've always had to be grown. I always had to grow up fast because I have other siblings. So me being on joke time all the time is important to me. I just want to laugh, have fun, and enjoy. So who I am is that energy that most people don't get.
Yeah. What is the one thing that you want for yourself outside of business? And I always got to say this to you because your ass is always on business.
Always.
What is the one thing that you want to see for yourself that you want to see yourself do or accomplish outside of business and being a mom?
It will be peace and freedom.
Okay.
Freedom from even me worrying about what people has to say. I still worry about things that people say, and not in a way of like judgment. It's if I go into a room and we have, you might say, oh, this is going to be a family event, my aunts and my mom. I kind of tense up, I guess, because when I was younger, older women might say, she too grown, and really it was my body shape. It didn't even have nothing to do with
your
my personality.
Yeah.
So I still have traumas from that. So also freedom for financial freedom, to be able to not worry about if I make 1 cent over my lunch money, will this affect my daughter receiving, help. But that's why the thought process and the mindset has to change for me. So I know if I stay on business, do what I'm supposed to do, I can handle everything that's necessary.
I'm praying and asking God to release you from those traumas, because that is something that, I've dealt with, and it's unfair. People have created this narrative for us and put it in our minds, and we didn't even ask for it.
Absolutely.
We didn't ask for that.
No, we didn't.
I didn't ask to be born looking like this. I did not.
I'm looking for a reduction. Take this shit, because I wanna go to the proms and the galas.
Go.
Because listen.
Go, bro.
When I walk, it's a song.
I wouldn't give a fuck.
I'm tired of being 369. I just want to go in
Cash
without the
money
shit.
taking over for the 9
and
2000.
My knees hurt. Don't start no shit. But yes.
Brooke, fuck them. Walk
I
into
know.
that room.
I do.
Fuck them.
I do. It's game time. Whenever I would. So the thing is, it's the confidence.
Yeah.
My confidence level is. It's past. It's zooted to the sky.
Yeah.
So my confidence show. She thinks she like that, but
Yeah.
for real,
I'm
baby,
chilling.
you don't even know what I had to go through to walk through this joint.
Exactly. You know what the fuck I went through in that room last night.
Man, what? Sweating and crying, lashes leaning and shit, got glue in the body. Y'all better enjoy this energy, baby.
Exactly.
Because Sakan is different from Brooke.
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah.
You told me that. Yeah.
Sakan definitely was different from Brooke, but that was growth.
Yeah.
I had to grow up. I had no choice.
Yeah.
I had no choice. So I don't have time to put energy into negative people. I'm going to just go ahead and dismiss you, and we're going to go from there. And sometimes the way I've handled situations wasn't mature.
Yeah.
But I'm not boxing and fighting over nothing where I know how bomb I am to people and what my heart has been for everybody. So I'm about love, peace, and happiness now.
I'm so grateful for this time with you. This was
Me
so
too.
good. We didn't ugly cry, which was great.
Girl, yes.
I'm so proud of you.
I'm so proud too. It was almost coming, but you stopped me. I said, thank you, God. He knew what to do.
I'm so proud of you, and I'm very serious. You are going to be on my heart and my prayers. To be released from not feeling like that in that 24 hours you don't have time for yourself, to deal with you, because you deserve that. You deserve to deal with yourself, even if it's very uncomfortable, because you deserve to feel that growth, right? And that growth may be the success that you are yearning for.
Absolutely.
That self-work may produce the success that you want. I love you so much. Tell the people what you got going on.
Listen,
where they
guys,
can get the fortitude.
Yes, so guys, you can go to fortitudejuice.com. You can order your cold pressed juices. Also, y'all know I'm a bomb mom, so we are working on Amari's prom. So her link will be in my bio on Good Look Brooke. You guys can donate. If you have businesses that may want to sponsor, that would be so good, because with her school, they do not provide ceremony, graduations, or prom.
So you're doing it yourself?
I'm doing it myself. I'm asking everybody to show up as her prom date. It's going to be super nice for us. We're going to have a good time. It's family oriented, and my goal is to allow people to understand, to include them. My daughter's in a wheelchair, but that does not mean she cannot come to an event. That does not mean don't ask me, because we want to be included. So it's about including her and doing things. And y'all know I'm the bomb mixology. If you want an experience,
you call
Brooke.
an experience.
Okay, I'm providing an experience with my cocktail experience. So book me for your bartending needs.
Yes.
Like I said, I'm a multipreneur, so it ain't too much that I can't do. Okay?
Exactly. We're going to put Brooke's information in the YouTube link. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you can check it in the description below.
Yes.
And Brooke, I love you so much. I thank you so much.
I appreciate
Yes,
this.
I do. Hey, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I will see y'all next time. Also, remember, please like, comment, subscribe, share, all of that good stuff. Thank you so much for sharing your community with me and me sharing my community with you so we can grow together. I appreciate y'all